Okay, everybody, and this call is being recorded, and welcome to our third conference call in launching our profit-sharing aspect of Anastasia's Pay It Forward Communities. We're going to record this, so everybody make sure you have your cell phones off and so forth. I'm going to go first into just a few announcements, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of material to think about. Then I'm going to talk about purpose, the support that you're getting, and then we'll close with interaction between all of us. Okay, first of all, I want to remind you that your training and advertising is an urgent must-do if you want to be ready for the holiday spending. You know, because it'll just come upon us. Time just has a way of just coming and going. It doesn't stop regardless of what we're doing, you know. So you still have time to position yourself, get that training out of the way, advertise, create as many search engine video ads, hyperlinked and optimized as possible according to the training that we provided for you, and start pointing them to your 2 pages. Even though your e-commerce is still being set up, don't worry about that, because a link will be put on your 2 pages, so nothing that you do will be wasted. And what you want to do is, if you can do 25 videos per day, that's 700 videos a month. That's, I think, 7,000 or 9,000, I forget, videos per year. So you just get that exponential benefit, and that's important. July 28th, to prepare construction of Anastasia's Pay It Forward Communities in Costa Rica, and that's great news. I use the word prepare because even though we've already got the roads and 4 houses there and electricity and water and so forth and the gate, there's a lot to build in a community, trust me. So when I go back this time, I'm going to stay about 2 months, and we're going to take care of a bunch of other preparation stuff, make sure everything is fine-tuned, and during that 60-day period, I hope to have started our corporate offices. Okay? Now, as far as our next conference call that we're going to have, just stay tuned through the AnastasiaTraining.org page, and I'll post there. Since I'll be out of the country, I'll go ahead and post at AnastasiaTraining.org concerning the next conference call. It'll still be at 5 p.m., regardless of what day we decide to have it. And any new friends or visitors that join now or through the YouTube video can recap or catch up also at AnastasiaTraining.org. Okay? I got one more announcement, and then we're going to go have a little bit of do some things here. You're all going to be receiving a new site this week, and it's going to sort of replace. Remember the VotedBestContest.org page, which is the home giveaway? Okay. Well, you're going to still have that. You're not going to lose that page. You're going to keep it. But what we noticed is that a lot of people just don't believe in contests. It's like, I've tried so hard to get that home giveaway contest off the ground, but it just hasn't captured enough attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to try a different website that doesn't say anything about a contest. It'll just say, Pay It Forward Anastasia. And all the information is updated. It's real clean. And we're just trying to get our website looking as simple and to the point and as attractive as possible. And, I'm always open to suggestions. So you're going to be getting a new site. I'll send it to you. And it'll be Pay It Forward, Anastasia.org, and then your name on it. Okay, at this point, I wanted to give Alex. Alex, I know I didn't prepare you for this, but how's your connection over there where you're at right now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Oh, my connection's good. I got Andy with me. He just came on board. We're here at Persian Square in Los Angeles, and I got good connection, so I'm good.
Okay. Can everybody hear Alex pretty good out there?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Alex, I know I didn't prepare you for this, but I want you to give everybody just a brief. I mean, like maybe 3 minutes max of everything that's going on with your activity and Anastasia out there in the Los Angeles area.
Well, summing it up, well, we're moving pretty good with all the stuff that we're going to put on our website. Like all it's going to be sustainable, like solar power, wind power, hydrogen. All the products are going to coming in. We need help finding them. Basically, I found a great deal of them, and you guys, when my website goes up, you guys can look at it, and if it works for me, then you should put it, on your website, so you can all make money.
Beautiful. What about you've been talking to people out there, and what kind of response have you been getting, Alex?
Yes, the response that I've been getting from people has been great because there is really nothing going on out there except for Anastasia, and I've been looking for other means, but the only thing that's out there right now is Anastasia. They're the only ones that have a plan, that moving forward on this. So it's looking good, and I'm trying to bring a lot of people on board. So let's just move forward and let's all put our brains to it.
Beautiful. And there are other programs out there that I admire and that I'm just really grateful for. But I think just Anastasia is I think Anastasia is a good thing because it's not complicated. It's simple. If you really wrap your head around it, it's simple. If everybody does their part, then the benefits are manifested across the board. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. In other words, doing a paradigm shift is a big deal. And remember that old saying, by the inch it's a cinch, but by the yard it gets hard. Or somebody goes on by the mile, it's a big old pile. You can't figure out what to do. But little by little, piece by piece, baby steps. And that's what we're talking about. So there's a lot of things that Anastasia is going to be effecting into humanity and planet. But if we take a look at everything that we're going to do, it's overwhelming. It causes people to choke. But if you do just a little bit, for instance, there's profit sharing in two ways. The people that move into the communities, into our like-minded, pay-it-forward communities, they benefit from everything, including on-site profit sharing. Okay? But then there's people that are not ready yet to go into a community, and they're still able to benefit with our online profit sharing. And that's why we're rolling out first the profit sharing, because way back, once upon a time, we thought we'd wait for people to move into the community before we started sharing any of the profits. But then we realized, no, we got to share the profits first and help people become economically sustainable. And that's why we're rolling out this e-commerce stuff. And I apologize that you don't have that site right in your hand right this moment, but we're just days away from that happening. It's a lot of programming. Remember, we're building an amazing e-commerce site for each of you, where it's going to be centralized and it's going to grow. We'll have we'll have power over it and control over it, so that if there's a product that's not doing anything, we can take it out. If somebody else has a better product, you can put it in. But also, because it's pay it forward and no one's being charged money to step up, there's always new ideas coming in. For instance, we've just added an immigration department, and I'm not going to drop any names, but if I were to tell you who's going to be in charge of that, it's just phenomenal. I mean, I wouldn't have imagined getting somebody of that caliber to step in and become our immigration person. Okay? I mean, he's a total expert, guys, and has the power. He's the number one person. But I can't give up the name yet because he's still in office, and I don't know that it would be the right thing. I'd have to get a green light from him before I mention the name. Is Ivy or Rebecca or Marcos online? Okay, I don't hear her. Okay, fine. Let us. So anyway, well, my point in all that is your business is going to evolve. You're gonna build it, and we're gonna build it, and what we see today versus what we see in a year from now, it'll just keep getting better, stronger. It'll be more, defined. But already, good things are happening. Just wonderful things. So at this point, what I want to do is kind of go into another piece of our conference call, and it's, there's a lot of people out there. Maybe this affects you, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But there's a lot of people out there that are really alone in terms of economic support or in terms of people support. They work and they come home and they go home and then they work. It's a terrible thing because not enough people are working together as a team out there. It's kind of like we've all been divided and conquered. And I'm not trying to do a pity party or moan and groan or complain or anything. And not at all. I'm just saying I get a lot of calls from people that are just falling apart. And I try to just give them hope and tell them, hey, well, you don't have to worry about that. You're not alone anymore. There are people coming together. In our case, we happen to have the name Anastasia Pay It Forward, but it could have been called something else. It doesn't matter. The point is there are people now that are joining forces and causing a greater good through that collective strength. I wanted to say that, guys, some of you are not where you were prior to the recession. Maybe your life is a little bit messed up, but I want to remind you that every defeat carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater success. And I didn't come up with that quote. I'm not going to try and take credit for something that I didn't do. But I read it in, I believe it was in Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And he said, so anyway, every defeat, regardless of where you're at, those of you that are listening, every defeat carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater success. And to that note, do you guys remember Ivory soap? The soap that floats?
Yes.
Okay, that's about because of a mistake, guys. It was a failure that made that soap a success. I don't know if you know this, but the story is that, how they cook up soap in those big vats, and they, as if they were making a big, giant cake, but they're mixing up the soap, whatever ingredients are. Well, the guy that was doing it on the shift, I don't know how much he was getting paid an hour, $2 an hour, $3 an hour, because it was a long time ago, or 50 cents an hour, I don't know. Regardless, he fell asleep on the job, guys. Fell asleep. When he woke up, soap is everywhere. He created a bunch of foam. And he just says, there goes my job, But when he checked it to see if it would still work, because he was scared. And then when it hardened, it slipped into the tub of water, and it floated. Well, he says, and we got more soap than we would have had if I did normal. So he goes to the boss and he says, hey, boss, I created a soap that floats. And there's the money, guys. And Ivory soap became a hit. So, here we are. And remember what I told you last time about Walt Disney? He's in the attic, and because he was a kid, no money, and he ended up drawing the thing that he's afraid of most, which is the mouse. Mickey Mouse. And then how that became a success. And then even then after, when he was successful, I told you about how when he had investors, everything didn't go as perfectly as planned, and he's living out of a car. And he's hocked up to his eyeballs, and he's living in the car because if they find him, they're gonna take whatever he has. So he took off in the car. I mean, he was a total failure if you looked at him at that point. But guess what? Walt Disney is what it is today because he hung in there. Okay, now I'm bringing this down to you and I. I told you about my neighbor and how his boss started an e-commerce site 6 years ago, and she's making $1 million every week now, selling used clothing, basically. Okay, that's something that Cairo knows more about than I do. And what I've done is I've created a branding portal that you're going to have access to maybe in about 3 or 4 days. It's already paid for, but you'll be able to go in there and get T-shirts and caps and business cards and flyers, everything that you need to market yourself. You'll be able to just go there and just click on whatever you want and then make a purchase for yourself. And that way you don't have to worry about designing anything and so forth. I wondered, it's important, if you want to build your business, you want to do whatever you can to build it. I ordered 1,000 flyers for myself and business cards and all that, and I have them here, and I've been putting them out, and I'm getting phone calls, already. So I encourage you to be a milestone, be your own advertising, build your business, believe in yourself. Okay, Walt Disney didn't have to believe in himself, but he did. The guy that messed up with the soap, he didn't have to turn lemon into lemonade or failure into success, but he did. Why? He was creative, and he went out there and he did what he did. So now, I want you to consider the synergy and the power of one, you guys, and I'm almost done here. But I want you to consider what happens when we put in the right ingredients together as one. It's a lot more than just like being 1 + 1 is 2. When you put a lot of the right ingredients together, the synergy that happens is kind of like multiplied, magnified. The growth is exponential. And that's what we have right here. Because of all the support that Anastasia is in process of giving to all of us, communities, software company, radio station, email servers, 90 million email addresses, the e-commerce that's going to expand and evolve as we go, each other, everybody that we have, all of that is going to just it's going to be huge. So your e-commerce business that you have is unique, okay, and it has growing advantages. I'm going to be sending all of you a spreadsheet, empty spreadsheet, with the different categories and to help you stay organized so that if you run across something that you think would be great for your e-commerce business, you can just pop it in and then just send it to me. I think it's easier that way because I kept trying to tell people I need images, I need this, that, and the other. But it's, you guys are busy doing other things. So I made it easy. I put together a spreadsheet. It's real simple, and it has all the columns that you would need to populate, and that way you can work on it today, tomorrow, a month from now, whatever. Just have it there and build your business because when you build your piece, it makes Alex stronger. And when Alex builds his piece, it makes Cairo stronger. When Cairo does his piece, it makes Mark or Terry or Lori or whoever else is in. Okay? So as we come to a close here, I don't know if you already went over everything that's in your training page or even in the PayItForwardAnastasia.org page. At the very bottom, all that stuff that's listed is like, 50 or 46 or 50 different huge things that we're building. At the end, guys, we're going to have communities, definitely in Costa Rica, maybe other parts of the world, but you guys are all going to end up with more time, leisure time, to be the man or the woman that you want to be, that you've dreamed of being, and you're going to have more money, and you're going to have less expenses. We're going to bring down your expenses. We're going to increase your income, both at on-site or online, and we're going to provide for each other the life that we were meant to have, and just step into resource sharing more and more as we all contribute to each other. At this point, I'm going to end it with saying training and advertising is an urgent must if you want to capture that holiday spending before it's too late. Let's go ahead and open it up for questions and answers. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, you're leaving on the 24th, you said?
28th.
Oh, okay. Okay, and you know, I don't have any questions for you at this point. Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, this is Lori. I have some questions about the product, kind of a nitty-gritty questions, like do we have to, people who have the product and drop ship them, and how do we establish that relationship with them, and is it a relationship with us or with Anastasia? I just have a lot of questions about how we do that.
Okay, good question, and thank you for that question, Lori. When I give you the spreadsheet, it's gonna help you stay on track because I got everybody's input, and I was smart enough to understand. You know, it takes time for people to wrap themselves around something that's being, you know, it's still in process of being launched. So the spreadsheet is going to help you a ton. But let me answer the question. In terms of the relationship, it'll be with Anastasia because we can get better discounts and better pricing and so forth. And because it's centralized. Okay, so all you're going to do is when you look at the spreadsheet, you're going to see that every product is going to have a number. And then from the every product is going to fall under a category. So whether it's business or whether it's hemp or whether it's solar gadgets or sustainable or green or travel, regardless of whatever category, it'll have category number and then it'll have a item or a product number. After that, it's going to have a link. You're going to give me a link to the precise product that you're talking about, not the main site, but the actual link to where that product is on the people's site that you're suggesting. Okay, so that way our staff, are you there?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Somebody got dropped off. That way, Anastasia software can take the picture, download it, take the description that's on that website, put the price in there, and then from there, I will you give me the name of the person and the phone number. I will contact them, get the contract, get the commission sheet, so that at the end of the day, we will give to you every single product. You'll have it on a spreadsheet, whatever category they belong in, what your commission is. And so what will happen is, if these people don't drop ship, we can't do business with them at all, because you don't want to carry inventory. We don't want to carry inventory. But even if they didn't, and if they have a website, all they have to do is they say, yeah, we want you to resell for us. We'll give you a discount, Anastasia. And then Anastasia takes that information. We put it on there. Your visitor to your page looks at it, purchases it on your page. Immediately, you get paid. And immediately you purchase that product directly from the site, or Anastasia will purchase that product directly from that site because money's already been exchanged. So, in other words, we will have the power to figure out ways of making sure that everybody's protected, that the taxes are paid, and that the supplier or manufacturer or whatever gets paid, that you, for instance, Lori, gets paid, or whoever it is, whoever site it is, gets paid, and the shipping, and so forth. So and just leave that to me, because I'll figure it out. What's the best way to get into a relationship. But the one thing we must absolutely have is once the money's been paid, that company that we're doing business with will have to ship from where they're at to the buyer. Whether it goes direct from the buyer through us to them, or whether it goes from the buyer through us and then we place the order. It doesn't matter. But shipping will have to take place, obviously. Does that help, Lori?
That helps a lot, actually. So you're just basically looking for suggestions at this point, because we do have some of those that we can send. But we know it. We've got. I was just researching some stuff on affiliate marketing and drop shipping and things like that, and we need to have a system in place that's consistent. So one other question: when you put the product on the site, that means that all of us together can now sell those products that go on the site, right?
Correct. And let's talk about how anybody gets paid. So the site is centralized because we're teaming up as individuals, but we're becoming one team, small team at the beginning. Little by little, we're growing. We will effectively have an amazing site with our niche, which is sustainable, green, friendly, and pay it forward and all that. So we have that look already. I've not seen anything out there that has our niche. We're pretty unique. It ended up that way. It's our brand. So we have that look. I think people are going to like it. And also on the site, you're going to see that we give the free land and the free businesses and the free training and the products and the advertising and so forth. It all blends together. So our kind of people are going to come to us. At the end of the day, people joining forces, we're going to have the types of products that we want on our page. And we're going to continue with conference calls to keep a good, happy, healthy relationship going. And it'll be more questions and answers, down the road. And we might do it on radio instead of over a telephone. But how do you get paid? Lori has a site, and I think Lori and Terry are going to share their site, I would imagine. And when it's your site, so whatever advertising you do, you're pointing people to your particular site. See, you're going to get paid for whenever anybody purchases anything from your site, you're getting paid. And that's why it's important to get your advertising out there and get those YouTube videos out there the way that I train you. If Alex does, anybody lands on Alex's site, he's going to get paid. See, so we're sharing together in the sense that my contribution, your contribution, somebody else's contribution, it all comes together into the collective. And that's what gives us an amazing site. But who gets paid? The person that gets paid is whenever somebody purchases from their site. So I don't want you to think that you're going to get paid off of anybody else's work. You're only going to get paid if somebody lands on your site.
Right.
And that's why I say, get your training done and over with, get your advertising going, whether you do it yourself or whether you hire somebody, a nephew or a cousin or whoever, to get those videos out there for you and to get on Craigslist and all over the planet so that you can make a ton of money.
Yeah. Joseph.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we provide you with a specific name for our site? So it's not, let's say, because, if you wanted to say something specific that will be eye-catching and, like our branding.
It's centralized, Mark. It's centralized, so we can't go around putting one name for you and one name for somebody else and so forth, right? Because remember, you can do something on your first two sites. Those are your two individual sites that we can play with. But the e-commerce is centralized.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. The two ones that you already have for me, you have my name spelled differently, so that might have to be fixed.
Well, I suggest that anything that needs to be fixed, you bring it to my attention so that it's correct.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can deal with that later. It's not urgent.
Okay. Well, no, we can take care of that as soon as possible. We don't want nothing out there. Okay, but on that note, though, also, remember, I'm going to go into your VotedBestContest.org site that I had made for you, and I'm going to update them to the new look, and the new look is so much better. Okay, so in the next few days before I depart to Costa Rica, all of you guys are going to be updated on your two initial sites. Those will all be brought up today. Because remember, I update the main site on a regular basis, and then about every 30 days, I update everybody's personal sites. Okay? All right, so I'm going to update that. And if anything needs to be corrected, please let me know. The e-commerce will always be updated on the regular basis, and you'll never have to worry about anything there because that's centralized.
Yeah, I've just got a comment to make about the products.
Okay.
That is that we should research and investigate the product well and see what the sales percentages are, and then what if there's sellers, if they're desirable products. Is that why we know we're going to be onto a winner with that product?
Thank you, Cairo. Very good point. I would say on that note, everybody, this is why we're going to be so strong, because it's not like Lori and Terry trying to do everything by themselves, or Joseph trying to do everything by myself. We're spreading everything out. Joseph is doing one part. Anastasia Software out there in South Asia is doing another part. You guys are all doing your piece. So you guys have time to do your piece. I don't think Cairo's going to have time to do everybody's pieces, but Cairo's got time to do his own piece. So Cairo is responsibility, as all of yours. If you're going to suggest a product, check out is the commission good? I mean, is the pricing right? Is there a demand for it? Is it a good product? Is it quality? Would you buy it? And get the stuff that you like. Bring it over, the best of the best. Because every company would love to have somebody like us making them more money, because that's what we're doing. We're going to have hundreds of thousands of ads out there over the next few years, making money to anybody that we allow to be on our site.
Joseph, I found some wholesale distributors that have a huge selection of product lines, far more than just what I want to specialize in. Can we just provide you with their specific information, even though we don't want part of their product?
No. Come on, Marcus. I told you, I don't want you to send me one page and then you put me to work and I just, no. Take the time. Give me specific products, man.
Yeah,
I don't have time to go through.
That they have a huge selection.
Whatever. If it's a huge selection and you like every one of their products and you've done your research, okay, give them to me, individual. Okay? I'm going to give you a spreadsheet, so you're going to be able to put as many products as you want there.
All right.
But be diligent so that you don't just give me everything because you just like them all. Well,
right.
Make sure that it's good stuff, and that it fits with us. I know you're gonna put in stuff that works and that makes sense to the site, because I've been sending you guys the products and the categories as we've been little by little building it. So we have a feel, we have a brand, we have a niche. We don't have an identity crisis. We know where we're headed. What are we doing, guys? What is our niche? Lori and Terry, what would you think is our feel and our niche? I want to get an idea from you.
Sustainable products.
Terry, what do you think?
That's what I was going to say too.
Okay. Somebody else. Give me some other ideas. What do you think we're about in our e-commerce? Huh? What was that?
How about products that would improve the quality of life of the buyer?
Okay. Anybody else have anything else? Alex?
Connectivity.
I can't hear you, bro. Yeah.
We have guys here.
Yeah, terrible connection. I would say yes, sustainable, improved quality of life. What else are we doing? We're giving all this a bunch of good stuff that's too good to believe, and we're not even bothering trying to make people believe. People will believe when they're ready to believe. That's irregardless of anything, because we're moving forward and we're doing what we believe in. We believe in resource sharing, so what are we doing? We're making it happen. We believe in sustainability, we're making it happen. We're not out complaining, we're doing. We're the doers. And as a result, your e-commerce is going to have an awesome feel to it. It's pay it forward, it's sustainable, it's all this cool stuff, guys. Are we done, or do we have any more questions?
No, Joseph. Well, the only thing is that I just want to share with everybody that all the products out there, they're out there, and people need them. So we just got to get it out to the public and just advertise ourselves, basically. and that's the only way to get it out. Your friends, your neighbors, find the products, find stores that they have businesses, locally. You put them out there, you bring attention to them, drop shipments, that people would need, and don't be afraid, to talk to them on the bus, on the train, or anywhere. Just, sell the product. It's already there. They just don't know about it.
Yeah, sell your store, sell the product, be a champion of the cause. What we're doing, we are gonna cause a shift in, to whatever degree, to whatever level. You guys are part of the shift. You guys are gonna, we're talking about resource sharing, we're talking about pay it forward, we're talking about free land, homes below cost, life needs below cost, quality of life, like-minded, support systems. This is what people are looking for out there. It's just that nobody believes. And this is now, and your e-commerce page is about that, and so are your other two sites that you have. And as other businesses roll out, we'll be giving you those as well. So thank you, Alex. Thank you, everybody. I guess we're done.
Awesome. Oh, Joseph, I just want to tell you that I've been in contact with this guy that has a real estate company that he wants to start selling houses, and he's sitting on a few houses, and as soon as I talk to him and I'll put you in touch with him, we can put houses on the website too.
Sure, absolutely. We're going to have a real estate section, a vehicle section, and so we're going to there's no limit, guys. There is absolutely no limit. I do not have any fantasy or even any thoughts. I'm not trying to compete with eBay or any of these guys, but I know that we have a niche. We have a purpose for what we are doing. What the potential for what we're doing, I do not see a limit yet. I think that the sky is not the limit.
Yeah, we want to add a documentary movie section.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. At some point also, Lori and Terry, whenever I get done meeting with the attorneys and all the preliminary stuff I got to do in Costa Rica, you're more than welcome to come down. And I don't know, at some point you're probably going to want to be doing some kind of a movie on how this whole thing even got started. I don't know, or maybe we're going to wait until we get the community completed. But, I don't know if
be documented.
Yeah, God, how exciting. Very good.
I got a lot of pictures for that in video.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now,
Great.
Alex, was it Alex?
Yes.
Yes. You said you work with technology, energy?
Yes, I have.
I might have some contacts for you I need to follow up with for you, but I could talk to you off air about it.
Sure. My cell phone number is 213.
Hold on, let me write this down.
Joseph, do you have
213. Go ahead.
Wait a minute, Marcus, Alex, keep that offline, guys. This is going on the video.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think you want your phone number on the video, please.
Okay.
Terry, was that Lori that was talking?
Yeah. Do we have a contact list for the people that are participating?
I can put that together. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. How about I put that together and I'll send it with the spreadsheet.
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea, because I have some needs for Alex I want to talk to him about.
Fantastic. I think that's a really good idea.
Well, it's beautiful. So we're a community. We're brothers and sisters. It's about time that we start supporting each other.
Yep.
Great. Well, guys, I'm happy. Everybody happy?
Yes,
we are. Excited.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's simple steps. It's just that sometimes people make things complicated than the need to be. Yeah, brother. Thank you for saying that, guys. I know I said this earlier. If I was to focus on the big giant picture, it's too much. Even I can't do it. And like for instance, I could mention a project that I absolutely love, but it takes so much to get it going that for it to take place, it might happen. It very well could happen.
But my God, there's so many things that have to be aligned just right for it to ever happen. Where what we're doing is baby steps. Baby steps. Everybody do their part. We have a commitment to each other to help each other. So nobody is alone out there. Just a couple or just a family all alone getting beat up by the expenses of life and the pressures of life and the demands of the system and all that nonsense, all that insanity. This way we tend to team up little by little, and we may be just a few right now, but there's no reason why we couldn't be twice as big, in a short period of time, and eventually incredibly large and significant, and causing that paradigm shift. Baby steps, guys. Everybody just do their piece. I love you all. Thank you for caring, and thank you for believing, and we'll all see each other together, and we're going to benefit the whole world. Okay?
Very good. Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thanks.